personally know that there are a lot of people out there who tend to prioritize the performance of a fragrance, even though the smell might be something that they really, really love. Of course, if the fragrance lasts only 3 or 4 hours on your skin, people are willing to compromise for something that where they don't love the smell as much, but they know that they can expect a bit more when it comes to longevity. In today's episode, I'm going to be going over the 7 longest lasting fragrances by the brand Parfums de Marly, and I'm also going to be letting you know about something really special that the brand is doing, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you the 7 longest lasting fragrances from the niche brand Parfums de Marly, and I let you know how long they last on my skin personally and why I enjoy them so much, I do want to start things off by saying that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if you took something of value from today's episode. Now, I don't know if you plan on attending Scent Explorer, which is the biggest perfume convention in the United States. It's actually taking place this year, December 2nd and December 3rd. And I know the brand of Parfums de Marly will be in attendance. As a matter of fact, the managing director, Yvonne Jacqueline, is going to be giving a master class at Scent Explorer, and I'm going to leave all of the links down below if you would like to register. It's an in-person event, but you can also attend virtually via Zoom as well. It's going to take place in Manhattan, and there is a special deal going on the brand's website for a discovery set, so please make sure to get it while supplies last if you are interested in checking out this event, following along with the masterclass. And I think it's something really cool, informative, and knowledgeable that the brand is doing to try to instill some knowledge upon us when it comes to their fragrances. Although I know a lot of the people watching this video are already experts when it comes to Marly fragrances because the brand has such a solid reputation. But let's go ahead and jump into the video. The first fragrance I want to talk about is Haltain. This is a beautiful fragrance, I believe composed by Shyamala Mason Dew, and this is a warm, cinnamony, apple, vanilla, sort of an apple pie, very festive kind of a scent. And I don't think there's actually any apple in here, but I always think of apple whenever I smell this fragrance. Just has this warm, rich, inviting aroma, and this is the #1 autumn fragrance from the brand. There is no other fragrance from the brand that reminds me of autumn as much as this fragrance does. It truly is wonderful. And then of course we also have one of my personal favorites. This is one I've been wearing for a number of years now. I just love that richness from the vanilla. It kind of has like this warm resinous charm to it. Carlisle. This is a beautiful fragrance, and it used to be an exclusive to Harrods, and it's a bit more expensive than some of their other offerings, but that vanilla is just so rich and delectable. And Haltain gets me about 8 hours on my skin. Carlisle is also in the vein of like 8 or 9 hours. Amazing if you're looking for a bit of a sweeter olfactive profile. Carlisle is amazing. If you like the note of tobacco, you definitely have to go with Herod kind of has like this tobacco, honey, vanilla kind of a vibe. Dark, sensual, mysterious, enigmatic. It's just one of the brand's best. And I know a lot of people who get into the brand of Parfums de Marly usually refer to this one as one of their favorites, or one of the fragrances that they actually started off with. Pegasus gets a lot of attention, but Herod is also special in its own way. Now this next fragrance is a little bit on the polarizing side of things. This fragrance is Haltain. Now this is blood orange with a lot of sweet spices. So this is definitely a colder weather type of a fragrance with a little bit of a quirky citrusy nature in the opening on account of that blood orange and some of the citrus that's in there. Herod, going back to this one if I may, this one gives me about 8 or 9 hours on my skin, and Haltain is also in the vein of like 9 or 10 hours. Yes, believe it or not, there are some Marly fragrances that last longer than Haltain do, but these all do incredibly well. They are no slouch. In the fall and winter time, when you're wearing these fragrances, they're not going to vanish off your skin after the 4 or 5 hour mark. These are definitely long lasting and resolute in terms of their appearance. And then we also have another fragrance that I truly adore. This one is a fall and winter staple for me. This is very high up in my rotation, and I love the fact that I can fluctuate between this one and the original in the hotter weather. So the original, of course, is Pegasus, and the one that has the better longevity and the more rich dry down to it is Pegasus Exclusif. So you all know that sort of almond, vanilla, creamy vibe that's happening in here. That's the original Pegasus. This one has a little bit of the smoky agarwood, ambery, balsamic richness happening in the base. This fragrance will also easily get you in the vein of like 9 or 10 hours. Absolutely wonderful, and an amazing release from the brand. And then we also have the brand new fragrance Haltain. This fragrance also was a Harrods exclusive for some time. Now you can pretty much buy it anywhere, including the brand's official website. If you go to the boutique on Washington Street, they have it there as well. And the brand is also available in a number of department stores too. The thing with Haltain, it has this oak moss vibe in the dry down. A lot of people have compared it to Oud for Greatness by Inicio Parfums, and this fragrance kind of has like this lavender, saffron, sweet, ambery, vanilla thing happening in there. And this is kind of along those same lines, with the exception that it also has this green vibe to it. So it kind of has like this earthy, patchouli, oak moss thing happening in the base. And of course, with the green bottle like this, I know it's done green because of Harrods, but it also kind of conveys that it has a little bit of that earthy texture to it as well. So we have 6 Marley fragrances in front of us, and I really stopped and thought long and hard about it. Which Parfums de Marly fragrance is the longest lasting fragrance in my opinion? There's also a Castor, which is a oud rose fragrance. There's also Godolphin, which is a leather based composition, but I really had to go with this one because for me, now my skin, this is all subjective and it's all personal. This fragrance is a 12+ hour fragrance every single time I wear it. As a matter of fact, if you spray a test strip with it or a piece of paper or something, it will last for days and days and days, and I've actually tried that before. This fragrance is Haltain Exclusif. Haltain is an amazing fragrance, and I'm talking about the original. The apple, the lavender, the vanilla. It has this sweet, youthful, flirty, playful yet serious vibe to it. This one here is the much older, more sophisticated brother of Haltain, and this one has that smoky agarwood type of a base that doesn't smell animalic or challenging or overly daring, but it gives it enough of that umph and that darker characteristic that it does incredibly well in the colder weather. And very similar to, of course, the original Haltain, it packs a punch in terms of the sweetness. It just tends to get in a much darker direction right from the get-go, as opposed to Haltain, which kind of has like that bright, vibrant apple thing happening in the opening, although not as apple-y as like a greenly. But nevertheless, here are, in my opinion, the 7 and my favorite longest lasting Parfums de Marly fragrances. The brand really does have some gems, and chances are if you're watching this video, you've already tried all of these Marly fragrances. If you haven't, I'm gonna leave links down below to where you can discover them. Well, the best way to do so is to purchase a discovery set that may or may not have some of the fragrances in this video, but everything from the brand is worth discovering because scent is subjective. And of course, once again, if you do have the opportunity to attend Scent Explore on December 2nd and 3rd, it's going to be a huge event. A lot of brands are going to be there. Many brands will be represented at that event. I've been attending every single year since 2019. I hope you have the opportunity to make it through, and there is going to be a masterclass featuring Parfums de Marly. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewership and your support. If you took something of value from this video, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell, give it a thumbs up. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.